feel tears running up from deep inside, like my heart's gonna break. And the stab of loneliness, sharp and painful, that I'ma never shake. You might say that I was taking it hard since you gave me the final goodbye, but don't you wager that'll hide my sorrow. I may break right down and cry. Now the race is on and here comes pride up the backstretch. Heartaches are going through the inside. My tears are holding back to try not to fall. My heart's out of the running. True love straps for another sake. The race is on and it looks like heartaches, and the winner loses all. One day I ventured in love, never once suspected what the final results would be. How I live in fear, waking up each morning to find you gone from me. This aching and pain in my heart for the name of the one that I'll never replace. Somebody new came up to win him, I came out in second place. And now the race is on and here comes pride up the backstretch. Heartaches are going through the inside. My tears are holding back, they're trying not to fall. My heart's out of the running. True love straps for another sake. The race is on and it looks like heartaches, and the winner loses all. The race is on. Now the race is on. I will spend my whole life through loving you, just loving you. Winter, summer, springtime too. Loving you, loving you makes no difference where I go or what I do. You know that I'll always be loving you, just you and I guess a lot of us thought you were bigger than life, and it just never occurred to us that you would ever die like the rest of us. And it's impossible to put into words all that you've meant to us, but to many, you were the American dream. Besides JFK, you were the only hero some of us ever had. In an age that said we should suppress our feelings, you freed us from some of the prejudices the previous generation was about to pass on to us. In every song you sang of life, you filled our hearts with love and emotions that touched feelings in us that we'd kept hidden for a long time, helping us to get to know ourselves, telling us it's all right to feel, to be the way we are, that self-expression is a God-given right. You did for a whole generation something we couldn't do for ourselves. And because you communicated the depth of your feelings and interpreted ours so well, you were an extension of us, and we wanted everything for you. I guess we could say you were the heart and soul of and to one generation. You also represented a part of us that we weren't sure of, that we dreamed of being. You made us aware of our own potential, even though we knew we might never find the secret in ourselves for reaching it, as you did. But you showed us it could be done, and so excluded yourself from society to preserve the mystery that made you that American dream. I guess that's why we put you on a pedestal so high that you could do no wrong. We didn't want you to be subject to human ills as we were. We didn't want to know you any better than we did. We wanted you to be perfect, and telling us something that spoiled our image of you would be worse than finding out for the first time there was no Santa Claus. But now the call has come, and fate says your time is up, and we can't believe you're gone. It seems like the world ought to stop moving, or that life shouldn't go on. But it does, and we will, till our time comes. And that's reality, I guess, reminding us of our own unimportance. That life is here, life is gone, just like that, even for those who seemingly have everything. And so a part of us has died with you. But the monument we leave to you is not made of stone, but of love. It's a big empty space in our hearts that was reserved for only you, that no one else can ever feel. What was once a dream is now a memory. What was once a reality is now a dream. But the impact you had on our world will last until the last life you touched is gone. We're sure gonna miss you, and nobody will ever take your place. So don't you knock on my door, I won't be home anymore. You can find me out walking in the sun. Oh, you hide it so well, it isn't easy to tell. I know a heartache when I see one. Now there was a time I was a true believer. Your love was the only way. Well, you can save all your sweet talking for some other fool. Only the fool would believe what you say. So don't you knock on my door, I won't be home anymore. You can find me out walking in the sun. Oh, you hide it so well, it isn't easy to tell. I know a heartache when I see one. Oh, time is a teacher, he's taught me well. Loser is the one who cries. And when you cry like a baby and you felt like hell, you know the devil by the look in his eyes. So don't you knock on my door, I won't be home anymore. You can find me out walking in the sun. Oh, you hide it so well, it isn't easy to tell. I know a heartache when I see one. Don't you knock on my door, I won't be home anymore. You can find me out walking in the sun. Oh, you hide it so well, it isn't easy to tell. But I know a heartache when I see one. I know a heartache when I see one. Some say love, it is a river that drowns the tender reed. Some say love
a soul to bleed. Some say love, it is a hunger and endless aching need. I say love, it is a flower, and you, it's only seed. It's the heart afraid of breaking that never learns to dance. It's the dream afraid of waking that never takes the chance. It's the one who won't be taken, who cannot seem to give, and the soul afraid of dying that never learns to live. When the night has been too lonely and the road has been too long, then to think that love is only for the lucky and the strong. Just remember, in the winter, far beneath the bitter snow, lies the seed that with the sun's love in the spring becomes the rose.
It don't do any good to wish that my man could come home early once, when he's out there in some music city doing what he loves so much. But I can't help wishing, and I sit here missing him till I almost lose my mind. Oh, it's a lonely, lonely life when you're a country singer's wife. I look at magazines and cut out paper dreams and maybe someday plans, pretty velvet bedspreads and matching wallpaper and hanging lamps. But all my color schemes and material dreams don't keep me warm at night. And it's a lonely, lonely life when you're a country singer's wife. Chicago, Nashville, Birmingham, Milwaukee, New Orleans are places he sees all the time, but I see him only in my dreams. When he's away from home and I'm alone, I imagine all kinds of things, like pretty girls flirting and tempting my man into those no-no scenes. First I'm angry, then I'm hurting, then I'm crying, then I'm hating, 'cause sacrifice. It's such a lonely, lonely life when you're a country singer's wife. But it won't be as long as it has been till he'll take me on the road with him. And we can go to all the places together, and I can listen to him. So till he makes it big, I'll be waiting at home for his phone calls every night. But it's a lonely, lonely life when you're a country singer's wife. Yes, it's a lonely, lonely life when you're a country singer's wife. Now if I were yours and you were mine, I'd spank your bottom every time you drink too much or smoke too much or talk too much. Look who's talking. Sometimes I think how it would be if I loved you and you loved me, what we'd do differently than what we're doing now. But I'm just talking, 'cause you're not Charlie Brown and I'm not Raggedy Ann, and this ain't a little cigar band I'm wearing on my hand. We're not playing spin the bottle in a world of make-believe, like the heroes in a storybook that we can't wait to read. But I wonder if there'd be any harm for you to hold me in your arms and steal a kiss or two, then I could forget about you. Listen to me talking. No, I'm not yours and you're not mine, and kissing on you would be out of line, 'cause the kind of hearts we have are the kind that break in two over people like me and you. 'Cause you're not Charlie Brown and I'm not Raggedy Ann, and this ain't a little cigar band I'm wearing on my hand. We're not playing spin the bottle in a world of make-believe, like the heroes in a storybook that we can't wait to read. No, you're not Charlie Brown and I'm not Raggedy Ann, and this ain't a little cigar band I'm wearing on my hand. We're not playing spin the bottle in a world of make-believe, like the heroes in a storybook that we can't wait to read. Well, I'm finally gonna write you that letter that I've owed you for a long, long time. I can't say much for me, but I do hope that y'all are doing fine. Well, how is Barry and Virginia? Are they still living down on the farm? You know, sometimes it gets so lonesome, Daddy, I wish I'd never left home. Are you working hard these days? Are you doing all the things the doctor said you ought to do? And did you sell all your tobacco? Did the crops bring in what you thought they would? Well, I might as well get to the point. Last night I tried to call you on the phone. What I'm getting at, I guess, is if I had the money, Daddy, I'd come home. 'Cause every night I hear an old southbound train whistle a-blowing, and Daddy, it's calling me home. I've been to New York, Chicago, Wheeling, West Virginia, Nashville, Tennessee. And singers are as thick as fleas on the dog's back by the way. How's old Lee? country helm. Well, now I know I should have listened when you said didn't have no business coming way out west, and that a girl belongs at home on a farm where she was born, raising young'uns like all the rest. Well, I know it now, that's why I'm writing and why I tried to call you on the phone. What I'm really trying to say is if you send me the money, I'll come home. 'Cause every night I hear an old southbound train whistle blowing, and Daddy, it's calling me home. His eyes are clear, his words are true, and he gives me more love than I ever knew. But there is something like a chain that's holding me. Why can't I break it and just be free? His love is sweet, his heart is mine, and he's sure that he will want me for all time. But there's something like a cloud that hides the sun. It's just your memory. Look what you've done. It's not fair to him, he never knew you, and it's just as well, 'cause then he'd cry. And he's so good to me with all his loving. I don't deserve his kiss, but I can try. His smile is pure, he does no wrong, but I know deep within myself I'm not that strong. And he says I will always be the only one, but he's been cheating. Look what you've done. And your memory is a cloud that hides the sun, and I'm in prison. Look what you've done. And within my mind I know the time will come. I'll have to hurt him. Hello, little bluebird, I know how you feel. One time I thought I'd never learn to, but someone came along and helped me like I'm helping you. And if I can fly, I'll bet you can too. I don't know what misfortune kept you down this time, but there's usually a reason for it all. And you run into things that hurt you all the time, and the higher up, the harder that you fall. First thing you have to do is just be sure you wanna fly, 'cause no one in the world can do it for you. Then practice what you learn by doing all that you can do, 'cause if I can fly, I'll bet you can too. I don't know what misfortune kept you down this time, but there's usually a reason for it all. And you're running to things that hurt you all the time, and the higher up, the harder that you fall. So go spread your little bluebird wings and fly away. May the melodies of love always be with you, and someday you'll help someone remember what I'm telling you. If I can fly, I'll bet you can too. Da 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 da. If I can fly, I'll bet you can too. If I can fly, I'll bet you can too. If I can fly, I'll bet you can too. If I can fly, I'll bet you can too. Can't remember my first memory of you. You were always there, and now I know I never knew you well. But I was just a kid, and you were always there to pick me up every time I fell. And you always warmed the blanket to wrap around my feet when you tucked me into bed to say my prayers. And I'll bet I never thanked you among all the other things that I took for granted, 'cause you were always there. Yes, you were always there, so we never took the time for you to tell me your dreams and me to tell you mine. And we never took the time to talk of love and happiness, and life and death and heartache and pain and loneliness. Why, I don't even know if you were happy or if you could have been, or if you could have one wish, what would it be? Or what would you do differently if you could live again? And were you glad that you gave life to me? And I'd give anything to tell you that I'm glad that you were born, but you'll never hear the words I learned to say. 'Cause before I got to know you, you died of loneliness, and they tell me I grew up and moved away. Yes, you were always there, so we never took the time for you to tell me your dreams and me to tell you mine. There were so many things that could have been, but now we'll never share, 'cause kids don't know much, and you were always there. No, kids don't know much, and you were always there. was lying face down in the days on a semi-sunny day at a Holiday Inn in Kirksville, Missouri, with the strap of my bathing suit undone so I wouldn't get a mark on my back from the sun in Kirksville, Missouri. Nobody but me, a little breeze and some flies, an occasional passerby. The place was deserted, with a tired body and a tired mind. Guess it was as good a place as any to be going nowhere. There was nothing on the Sunday matinee in my mind, but some reruns I'd seen 100 times. Guess it was a Sunday, about a lonely cowgirl riding lost in the world on a little wooden pony, going nowhere and nobody to go with her. Some disconnected dreams, a lot of one-way streets, a memory or two or three she'd rather not remember, and the need to be unafraid of the dark, free from whatever it is that tries to keep a body lonely. Oh, and over and over and over again she said, someday you're gonna find a girl, 'cause Jesus loves you and God's in his heaven and all's right with the world. Up at the hills keep getting high and low, and life's such a lonely game, and for restless souls and empty hearts, how come the questions and the answers are all the same? Eeny, meeny, miny, mo, there was a fork in the road. I don't guess you ever know which way you ought to go till you get there, but the pretty bright lights and the big city sights put to shine on the kind of life she knew she'd have to find a way to get there. She hitched a ride on a dream and she rode full steam, finally got to the top of the hill she was climbing. She turned around and round, she looked up and down. She said, if that's all there is, then the searching was better than the finding. And then the stage was bare and she was standing there, looking at the bittersweet tapestry of life she was weaving. Though she didn't understand everything in the plan, somehow she knew in her heart it works together from the start to the ending. And that the sun comes up and the sun goes down and the beat goes on in all of the Kirksville, Missouris, and the stagecoach finds another hill to climb. I guess it was as good a place as any. We go nowhere. Jesus loves you and God's in his heaven and all's right with the world. Up at the hills do keep getting higher, don't they? And life's such a lonely game, and for restless souls and empty hearts, you know the questions and the answers are all the same. I've been cheated, mistreated. When will I be loved? I've been put down, I've been pushed around. When will I be loved? When I find a new man Listen, sweet child, to the story I can tell. Told me by a butterfly who lives in a wishing well. The story of a raggedy man and the dark-eyed dog he rode in the dreams of little angels between believing and being loved. She said somewhere by the sea there's a smiling moon and a mango tree, where on the ebony coat of a Labrador named Jojo, there rides a ragamuffin man. His hair is spun from a fine swan's down twine, with shiny ice blue diamond eyes, and his coat is made from multicolored hand-me-downs. And Jojo, well, he's been seen to fly. And I know somewhere by the sea there's a smiling moon and a mango tree, where on the ebony coat of a Labrador named Jojo, there rides a ragamuffin man. Ragamuffin man, he speaks of a happy from his imaginary mind. He says that happiness is meant for those who love, and those who always let their kind light shine. Some say it's all imagination, but child, I hate to tell you that's a lie. For I was taught to love you by a wise old raggedy man. So like Jojo, I finally learned to fly. And I know somewhere by the sea there's a smiling moon and a mango tree, where on the ebony coat of a Labrador named Jojo, there rides a ragamuffin man. Somewhere by the sea there's a smiling moon and a mango tree. There's some